The Golden Bachelorette's Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple's living situation proves they're still caught up in the fantasy of the show, but I know they've already faced real-life obstacles together. The Golden Bachelorette couple Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple don't live in the same state, so their life together is still very much like the fantasy of the show. But the fact that they've already faced real-life obstacles as a couple makes me feel as though their love will last. Joan and Chock met, fell in love, and got engaged during the Golden Bachelorette Season 1. At the end of the season, Chock came up with a plan for him and Joan moved to New York City together, which Joan loved. Before the Golden Bachelorette Season 1 even began, Joan made it clear that she'd never leave her family in Rockville, Maryland. Similarly, Chock has work obligations in his hometown of Wichita, Kansas. Therefore, they decided to keep their separate homes while moving to New York City together. While they're still engaged, Joan has said that they're in no rush to get married. As they navigate their long-distance relationship and meet up for special events, Joan and Chock still seem to be living in the fantasy world of the show, but I know that they've already faced obstacles and that their love will last forever. When I first heard that Joan and Chock still don't live together after getting engaged during the Golden Bachelorette Season 1, I wondered how their relationship could possibly work. However, in an interview with Parade, Joan's explanation convinced me that their love will last because it works for them. She shared, "Everybody looks at this like, there's no way this can work because you're not together every minute. We don't feel the same way about it. We feel like we both have pretty rich lives in our 60s. Joan continued, "You find somebody at that time of life, chances are they have stuff going on. They have family or they have jobs or they have friend groups or they have hobbies. So you might not need to spend every waking moment together or you might not need to live in the same city, and that's how we feel right now about." Joan said that she and Chock visit each other when there's something fun happening in their hometowns. She shared, "He had a party at his country club on Friday night. We had a blast. I loved being there." Joan explained, "We're not living with each other, but we're kind of living our best lives." Joan and Chock do seem to still be living. Joan went on to say, "We get to travel and do all the fun things and be together for those. And then the mundane things of, like, me babysitting my grandkids and him going to work. He's kind of doing it by himself, which I don't need to be there for, and he certainly doesn't want to be here with me babysitting my grandkids or taking my mom to the doctor or whatever." Joan and Chock are great companions, and while they don't share in the mundane activities of everyday life, their relationship works for them. "We're not living with each other, but we're kind of living our best lives. We get to travel and do all the fun things and be together for those, and then the mundane things of, like, me babysitting my grandkids and him going to work, he's kind of doing it by himself, which I don't need to be there for, and he certainly doesn't want to be here with me babysitting my grandkids or taking my mom to the doctor or whatever." Even though Joan and Chock are currently meeting up mainly for exciting events and not experiencing everyday life together, they've already gone through a very difficult time when his mother passed away during filming. Joan was able to comfort Chock before he left for a bit to take care of things. She was so happy when he returned to her, which she was unable to do when she had to leave Jerry Turner's Golden Bachelor season early because she had to attend to a family emergency. Joan also participated in a memorial for Chock's mom when they visited Kansas during his hometown date. Although the passing of Chock's mother was a very sad moment in his life, I think it was an obstacle that separated them for a time, and then helped him and Joan to realize how strong their feelings really were for each other. I believe that the fact that Joan and Chock don't spend every day together now doesn't matter because they've already faced tragedy together and their relationship survived. Although some people judge Joan and Chock for their choice of living arrangement, I think that it proves that their love can make it through anything. They really do seem meant to be. Joan is right that she doesn't have to be in Wichita to see Chock working, and he doesn't have to be in Rockville to help her take care of her family members, as long as they're happy with each other when they're together. Their relationship works for them, so it really doesn't matter what anyone else thinks about it. Joan and Chock might have an unconventional living situation for an engaged couple, but I believe that it works well for them. They're in no rush to get married, which I think is a smart move for them. Joan and Chock are enjoying life together while they get to know each other better. Their life together is still like the fantasy of the show as they travel and attend events, but I think that's a good thing for them, and as Joan said, they're living their best lives. I hope that Joan and Chock will live happily ever after,